Welcome back. This is Steve Jackson's Sorcery Blind Playthrough Part 3. So, my last video ended up being a copyright strike. So for those who are wondering, it was for opening the spellbook or the inventory. So now I have it silent because there's no option to just have the music silent. So that's a bit frustrating. Okay, to care. Your journey through the Smarten Hills is complete. Along the way, you have made no useful friendships, but have been given 2 useful keys, to the cells of the Red Eyes, and to the Gates of Care. You have collected a few magical artifacts, a small lump of beeswax, and 3 giant's teeth. You are armed with a long sword, and your original sword, and have 2 rations and 30 gold pieces, and a spellbook. So you got 2 trophies. Continue. The adventure continues in Sorcery 2, Care, City Port of Traps. Oh, I didn't realize I was that close. The Crown of Kings has been stolen by the Archmage and taken across the Backlands to Mampang. You have been sent to get it back. Should you fail, the whole of Kahabad will surely fall. The journey began. From the outpost settlement in Anland, you crossed the Shamatani Hills. Along the way, you explored an abandoned city of giants, ventured down a goblin mine, and faced a terrible ogre, and fought and killed the dreaded Manticore. You faced cruel twists of fate and disease, a test of character. To survive, you used your blade often and your intelligence frequently. You deceived, charmed, and tricked your way through. Your spirit guide changed as you changed, becoming the ape. But now all of that seems a distant memory, for you are approaching Care, the seaport of traps. Founded on a ford of the Jabaji River, Care was once a camp of the pirates who ambushed merchants sailing from Lake Lumley to the sea. But the camp grew, it became a village. The village became a town, and now Care is a magnet for ne'er-do-wells and thieves, ruled over by the Council of Villains. It can't be avoided. You would go around if you could, but on the far side is the North Gate, the only entrance to the Bachlands, and the next stage of your journey. If your quest is to succeed, you must enter the seaport of traps, and make it out alive. Part 2. twilight already. The great city of Care has loomed large on the horizon all day, but has been slow to reach the path, tracing great loops back and forth through a deep and narrow pass. Walk on. You have not seen a living soul since you left the Sphin, so you are naturally cautious when you round a bend in the path and see a beggar, crouched low against the wall, muttering to himself. You stop, out of sight behind an outcrop, but the beggar does not look like much of a threat. So I can wait and watch, which seems like the best option. Sneak past him, or approach him. Let's wait and watch. You watch in silence. The beggar is an unfortunate soul. His head twitches from one side to the other every few minutes, and he mutters and murmurs to himself. They're hiding in the rocks, sir, hiding in the rocks. Let's approach him. Oh, I just noticed my thing turned to gorilla. You call a greeting and stride over, and he leaps to his feet, drawing a short stick from inside his cloak. Who goes there? He demands. What's your business in Care? Let's second say greetings, old man. I am a traveler. I am on a quest. Or get out of my way. Okay, let's say I'm on a quest. The man prods a little harder with his stick. A quest? A quest for what? I could tell my quest. I don't know if I'm needed to keep it secret. I seek the crown of kings. You answer, watching his face closely for a reaction. If he has one, he hides it well. Never heard of it, he replies. What's it for? He prods harder, answering me. Or you'll face the consequences. What consequences? Or I could step aside, that might upset him. Or who are you? Let's ask who he is. Who are you, you ask? You're certainly very brave. The man beams with aging pride. I am the city guard. No one enters Care except through me. And then, despite his age and clear ill health, he comes at you, waving his stick. Well, I won't fight you, you tell him. You're unarmed. He waves the stick closer to your face, jabbing a few times. But you push the point aside with one hand. All right then, he declares, we'll settle this fairly. He tosses his stick to one side and raises his fists. His knuckles are blackened with scabs. I still won't fight you. You reply, I mean it. The beggar makes a short, braying noise, like a laugh, and then lamps on your nose. It is surprisingly painful, and he is ready for another swing. Well, I took some stamina. I don't want to fight him, so let's step away. You step back, and with that, the fight seems to drain from him. He sits down again, suddenly sad. Very well, he moans. You're right, I suppose. I can't defend the city on my own. You're very brave, you tell him kindly. Am I? He asks, looking up. I don't feel brave. I'm still alive. Doesn't that make me a coward? He shivers. You don't have any food, do you? He asks sadly. I'll give him some food. Don't really have food, but I'll give him some. You rummage in your pack and pull out a hunk of bread and cheese. Here. The man grabs it and eats it gleefully, like a wild dog. He murmurs and grumbles to himself as he does so. So I could say farewell, good luck, or come with me. That doesn't seem a great option. He's barely able to do much. Hello, how's it going? I'll tell him good luck. He nods to you with a mouth so full, and to you. He screws up his brow for a moment in concentration, and listens. There are archers on the wall. The watchword is Cantopani. You thank him and take your leave. The path winds through gross and thick grass. Care squats in a brazen in the hills like a stagnant, festering pool. You turn one corner, then another, and then the stone walls of city are looming over you. Talking to people will provide clues to help your quest. You can review your clues on the inventory screen. You have found one new clue. That's probably the password. The end of the pass. Before the entrance is a wide open area that will take a few minutes to cross. You could scramble up the slope to the right to get a better view of the wall. So going into the clearing, although I do have the password, I think they might still shoot or climb the slope. Let's get a better advantage point. You scramble up the slope for a better view of the wall. It is formed of staggering man-sized stone blocks held together with gallons and gallons of mud and loam dredged from the base of the river. It curves away in both directions, unbroken except for the gate. And it looks like the old soldier was right. There is an archer post on the battlement above the gate, watching and clearing. Let's watch the archer. Maybe get a better advantage. You keep watching. The guard above the gate looks this way and that, but doesn't shift from his position. I could just run. That seems kinda dangerous, but let's do it. Let's run to the gate. Ooh, took some damage. The archer seems to be turning his gaze in a regular pattern. You wait for 2 heartbeats, then make a dash across the scrub. You're halfway across before he spots you. Halt! Who goes there? He shouts as he brings his bow to bear. An arrow whizzes past your left, and one thuds into the mud just ahead of you. And then a third catches you in the shoulder. Keep running. You pull the arrow free and keep running until you are in cover against the wall. From overhead, the guard is cursing loudly. You have only moments, most likely before he comes down from the battlement and warns his fellows. At the gate. The south gate stands before you. It is all as two, it's all as 2 men, and would be broad enough to ride 3 horses through, if only it were open, but instead it is locked, and there is no way into the city. Luckily, of course, you have a key. Okay, let's unlock the gate with Sven's chief's key. You quickly remove Sven's chief's key from your pack and slip it into the lock. The tumbles click as the key turns. Let's wait a moment. You wait a moment, heart pounding in your chest. Has anyone heard you? You hear nothing through the door. If I wait too long, then I might get traction, but I don't want to be ambushed. You keep waiting, convinced that the guards must be on their way. Then you hear them. Voices in the yard. One strides over to the gate and checks it. You hear his voice. The gate's unlocked! A moment later, the gate is thrown open. You are staring into the face of a guard. He is rigid with surprise. Then two more arrive, and they act. Strong, expert hands grab your wrist. You are dragged, pulled, and forced into a low stone building just by the gate. Oh, I'm in prison now? Dang. I should set the password. The door of the stone building is slammed, and the lock turns over behind you. You look around. The walls are stone and the windows are barred. A bench against the one wall is the one piece of furniture where an old man sits. He is dressed in dirty robes and seems in a sorry state. Let's greet him. You step towards the shadowy bench. Greetings, old man. He ignores you. He is concentrating hard on something on the ground just in front of him. A collection of small stones scattered as though for a fortune-telling. After a moment he gathers them up and tosses them again. You notice that his other hand is missing completely. The left sleeve of his tunic hangs limply by his side. I don't think I have any spell to help him. I'll ask him about... let's look at his stones. Maybe it'll help us know what he's up to. You step over and peer at his stones, but he snatches them quickly into his palm. If you want to play, he says defensively, then you have to bet. Play what? Why? The man replies with a shark-like grin. Swindle stones, of course. Swindle stones? You ask, intrigued. Stranger in town? Don't know how to play? Better and better. He shows you one of his stones. It is a strange four-valued die. Sit. He pats the bench beside him with one hand. Play. We can talk while I beat you. You'll have to teach me the rules. My lucky day, he grins, with one remaining tooth. It's easy. We each roll our die in secret, but we bet on what we've rolled in total. You call if you think the other player has bid too high. The loser gives away a die. You go over to the bench, intrigued. Join him. The old man drops 4 dice into your palm and sweeps away a patch of dust on the bench for you to play. I'll go first, he says, leaving his hand. Show you how it's done. Okay, roll dice. 3, 1, 2, 5. The game is simple. We roll and bet on what that comes up. So, for instance, I might start and bet that between us we rolled at least 2. But we don't know what's on the table, so I'm guessing. Let's see, I can either call, bid for 2 4s, bid for 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, 4 1s, 4 2s. How far does it go? Oh, it just flicks? Okay, that makes sense. But what happens if you bid too high? What's stopping me from bidding really high? Okay, let's do just the first one. Bid 2 4s. Indeed, so I can't see your dice and you can't see mine. You only have what I tell you about what I've got. Maybe you're trying to deceive me. But maybe you're trying to deceive others? So each player has a set of 4-sided dice, which they roll and hide. Players then bid on the amount of times a face die has been rolled across their own dice, and their opponent's dice combined. Bid gets higher and higher each turn. When one player believes their opponent's bid is too high, they can call to challenge the bid. The dice are revealed and whoever loses the challenge loses a die. Losing the last die forfeits the game. Okay, let's just do this. I'm not falling for your innocent call. Instance. Okay, so you called. Reveal dice. Only 1 4. The old man wins the round. Roll again. So now he has my die. So, what's your name? Let's bid 1 2. Doomed. Well now, a name's a powerful thing. 2 3s. Names get written down. Names get passed on. I like to know the names of the people I meet. You're a confident sprat, aren't you? So are you, but it won't save you. I'll call. There are 3 4s. The old man wins the round. I'm not getting this. Bid 2 3s, I guess. Okay, let's call then. Only 2 2s. The round is yours. Okay. So you had low numbers, now I got dice again.
So the idea is to bluff what you have. If you tell him right now that you have 1 2, he could think that there are 2 2s if he has a 2. If he says 2 2s, you might call him because you don't have any 2s. It's all gamble though.
Okay.
If you tell him you have a 3, then he can up it and say there are 2 3s, and you have 2 3s, so that would actually backfire on you.
Okay. So I can bid 1-2?
Or 1-1. Or you could even say 1-4 and make him bid you up to the next tier. He could think that there are 2 4s. There can't,
Yeah, I was wondering.
you can't know that there are 3 of anything.
Okay, so I
You
will
only have 2 dice.
bid. Not that. I'll bid 1-4. Don't you want to get out of here instead of playing dice? Have you seen the room prices in Care? No, I suppose you haven't.
Okay, he only has 2 die, or 3 die, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he has 2 4s? It's a gamble. You might call, because you have no 4s.
Okay.
You have 1.
I
But he
think
could have 2 4s.
I could. Let's call. So if he doesn't say my numbers, I don't lose dice, right?
What?
So for instance, his 5-2, I don't lose a die, and he doesn't lose a die if we don't.
It has nothing to do with him saying your numbers. It's the amount of dice between you that are matching. So if you had 2 4s and he said 2 4s and you call, you know for a fact that there are 2 4s because you already have them.
Right.
They count your dice and his dice at the number that is being bid. So if he has 2 4s and you call right now, he will win. It's your shot. I mean,
Okay. I think you're in the pay of guards, set here to get information. I see. Yeah.
he has 2 4s.
There are 2 4s. The old man wins the round. We'll dice again. I only have 1 die. I better here. No, it's better here than where I spent last night. So let's do bid 1-3. Where was that?
Okay, you don't have a 3. He says there are 2 3s. And what was the first thing you bid?
A 2?
Okay. So does he have 2 3s and a 2? He could be bluffing.
Yeah. You don't know the half of it. I spent last night in the sewers. Perhaps I can tell by the smell. Only 1-3. The round is yours. We'll dice again. Now I have 1 of his die.
No.
Oh. I see. So
First
they just...
person to lose loses.
Okay. So I bid... 1-3. Oh no, that's what I have. I don't want to do that. So tell me, what do they serve food in here? I've not eaten in 4 days. Good thing I brought my own provisions then.
Do you think he rolled 2 4s?
Yeah, I don't think so. You're a liar. Wait, did? There are 2 4s.
Dang.
The old man wins the game. The old man takes the dice from your side of the bench with satisfaction. That's the game, the old man says, with a beaming smile, and you lost. The old man pockets his dice once more, and stretches back cheerfully at his victory. I thought you were a bit slow. Okay, I want a rematch. The old man counts out 4 dice and takes the first bid. Roll dice. Okay, let's say he is 1. Oh, so what did they get you for? Okay, it's a mistake. I bet it was mine. The lift, I bet it was mine, was lifting from a red eye. Okay, let's call. You can't be a good pickpocket then. There are 5 fours. The old man wins the round. Let's see. So I could say the truth and then he might say bluff, right? Is that?
It's a video game, so he's programmed to remember what you said and use that information. For the most part, the computer cannot figure out if you're bluffing, although they might think you bluff sometimes. At any rate, if you tell him what you have, then he is going to use that information thinking that you have it most of the time. So you might go over and say you have 2 threes, which you might have a 3, right?
Yeah.
In which case you wouldn't be wrong. If he calls you, maybe there's only your 1 3 though, so you could be wrong.
Okay. What's a red eye? I've heard them mentioned before.
Now he said there's 3 threes. Unless he has 2, there aren't.
I don't know if I should say you might not sleep. You're trying to distract me. Ah, there's 3 threes. So he wins again. Let's see, so if he has a 3, then I can do this one. I wasn't already in such a sad state. I used to be a hero. Really? You don't believe me? Well, I suppose that's fair enough. Why should you? Is it called? Real dice? There are 2 threes around his mind. Roll dice. So I could say, what happened to your arm? It wasn't the guards, if that's what you're worrying about. Okay, let's call. It wasn't. Yeah, 3 threes. Let me see. I bid 1 3. You've gone too high. Good, I will not wanna. It's very random. So I won. 2 dice left. Let's see, I will bid 1 2. His is 1-3, which is what I have. I bid 1-4. Unless he has the 3. I suppose he got 2 3s. I think you're wrong. Continue. Wait till he's get 1. Roll dice. So, where are you headed when you get out of here? So if he has a 2, then... Okay. Let's do... I'm just visiting the city. I have 3, so if he has a 3, then I will get that one. The North Gate? Now, why ever would you go to the North Gate? No one goes there. I heard they were impressive. I have 2 5s. Or, not 5s, 4s. So, let's just... You don't trust me, I think. That doesn't seem fair considering your last bid. Reroll dice. 3 4s, there we go. Roll dice again. That time I took one of his dice to start. Let's see. What do you know about the north gate of the city? It's no ordinary lock, it's wizard locked, with a spell, and only the first noble knows it. Okay, so he probably doesn't know I have 2 2s, so let's say anyone else and bid 3 2s. He bids 4 2s? Let's see, roll 2 2s, and that could be a problem. They say the spell is 4 lines and 4 nobles, known 1 line each. I tried to find them. That's good advice. Dang, so you did roll 2 2s and I rolled 2 2s, so he wins. How about 1 2? Let's see, I bet he rolled a 5. I'll play 5. I'll raise it 2 5s. You can't possibly roll in 2 5s. That doesn't seem likely. I won that one. Good. Shall we open on... Okay, so I got 2, 4, and 3. Let's see. My guess is there's 2 4s. You don't know anything more about the nobles. I'll tell you what I know, for what good it'll do. One noble, he's a scholar. Okay, thanks for the tip, and call. Only 2 4s. The round is yours. You're playing an ex-sorcerer, did you know that? Let's see. He only has one die, so he can't possibly have two twos. So I could just risk and choose one of my own die.
Say 1, 3, and he says 2, 3, then he might have a 3. But if you say something you don't have, he says he has 1, 2. Maybe say 2, 2.
He can only have one, two.
But you could have a 2.
Oh, I see. I suppose. So X? Before my arm was smashed in by a hammer, yes.
And then you know for sure he doesn't have.
I'm sorry for your loss. Only 1, 2. The game is yours. Okay? I win, don't I? The man nods, gathering the dice. I went easy on you, of course. Rematch? I could get more information, I suppose. One more? I'll play another, you declare. How about a wager this time, he asked. 2 gold pieces. Ooh, I can get money now? Cool. Take the bet. Roll dice. Shall we open on 2, 1? I'll raise at 3 ones. I bet he has a 1. Well then, 3 threes. Ooh. Let's bid 4 threes. Well then, very well, let's try higher. Here's my bid, 5 threes. Okay, I'll call it. I don't think so. There are only 4. The round is mine. Okay, let's not bid one of my dice. Let's do maybe 1, 1. He bids 2 twos. Ooh. So if he has 2 twos, then I could bid 3 twos. So his 2 and my 1. I'll raise that 4 twos. Okay, I'll call. There's only 3. The round is mine. Sweet. How about we lead at 1, 3. Hello, King. How's it going? Just playing some sorcery. Okay, let's bluff him if I can. I'm doing fine. Although it's kind of frustrating, the music got copyrighted, so that's a little annoying. So I'm playing without music. Which is, I suppose it's fine, but it's a little frustrating for a game I didn't expect to be copyrighted. Okay, let's see. Let's bid. That's my down dice, so. Oh, I could just up him. How about 3 twos? Or 2 threes. So you would get it if I were to call here. So I'll raise it to 4, fours? If he has 2 fours? No, I bet he doesn't. Or is it 3 fours? Well then 4 fours? I'll call it. There were only 3. Sweet, I got him that time. This round. Okay. I'll say I have 1 4. He'll raise that 2 fours. Oh bluff, he can't have 2 fours. I got a trophy for that. Sweet. You flick the old man's final die off the bench with a grin. I win again, you tell him. Well played, he admits. Another game? He hands over 2 gold pieces as he speaks. I could get more money? How does he have money? Let's continue. This time I'll take you, you declare. Another wager? He asks. Take the bet. Roll dice. What he starts with. He opens up with 2 threes. Oh, I don't like the idea of going higher. Oh, but I could do his 2 threes and I'll up it to 3 threes. That's one way of stopping yourself from being addicted to it. I've even thought of doing that too. Just to stop myself from wanting to play it. But we decided to just take a break instead. Yeah, last time we took a break, which was quite long. That's why I started streaming it. Let's see. This isn't over. He says that there's 4 threes? Ugh. Let's call it. Your round is mine. Sweet. So let's see. I'll say there's 1 1. He has 2 threes, possibly? I'll say that there's 4 threes. Very well, let's go higher. 5 threes? I'll call. Oh, he had 5. There was 5, okay, so he wins. One 3? Okay, 2 threes? Mm, there easily could be 2 4s. I don't know what to do here. I'd say there's 3 threes. He calls. There's only 2, so he wins this round. Okay, I will say I have 1 3. Here's that 1 4. Let's say there's 2 2s. He usually could have 2 4s. So let's say 3 4s. he calls. So does he have 2 4s? No, he wins again. Begin on 1-3. Okay. Big 1-4, I suppose. It's the only die. Okay, 2 4s. You might have 4. He calls. Hey, he just had 3s. Okay. You should give up, the old man advises you. Oh, he says call. Only 1-4, the old man beams, and removes one of his dice from your hand. The old man cocks up another win in the dust of the bench. You hand over 2 gold pieces. I'll say, thanks for the game. You say, standing once more, I see I have a little to learn. With the pleasure? The pleasure was mine, the old man says, putting his dice back into his pocket. He leans back against the stonework and hums quietly to himself. We have found 3 new clues, and another clue has been updated. So I can wait, which I don't think will do anything. I could try and escape. The old man's been sitting here for a long time, so that seems like the best option, but let's first talk to him. You take a seat on the other bench from the old man, who is fussing with his empty sleeve. Tell me how I can escape this place. You turn to the face of the old man. Tell me how I can escape this place. Oh, it's simple enough, he replies. In a day or two the guards will let you out. Once you've decided you're not an enemy, they just take a while to consult one of the mages. And if I don't want to wait? The old man shrugs. Then you can cast a spell and get the door open. You're a sorcerer, aren't you? I hope I haven't got locked up with a normal. You stand from the bench once more. So if I try to escape, then the guards might actually be after me. Or if I could just wait, and they'll get me out anyway, so I'll just wait. I'm in no hurry, you declare. You settle down to wait. Hours pass, but the guards do not return. Night falls, and you stretch out onto the floor to rest. No doubt when the guards come in the morning, you will be able to persuade them of your innocence. You have already eaten today, so you're quite comfortable. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I haven't read that book though.
I haven't read the books. I just know.
Has he read them?
Have you read them? It's been a lot of fun. Let's see. You are quite comfortable. Soon you are feeling sleepy. Across the room, the old man is already dozing, or pretending to doze, wrapped in his rags. Can you afford to sleep? What if he attacks you overnight? Or what if the guards come? I think I can trust him. I think. You shake away your fears. If something happens, you'll simply have to wake up. But for now, you put your head down and try to rest. Sleep. Dream. Your dreams, when they come, are of the wall, like a towering monster drenched in moss and slime. Okay, thank you for stopping by, King. The gate is it's wide open, maw. On its back is a host of guards, chanting a mantra too quietly for you to hear. Meanwhile, the one-armed prisoner throws the knuckles of his missing hand onto the bench over and over, calling endlessly to himself, and it is as though you can see the crown sitting in the dust on the far side of the north gate, so close and yet out of reach. Continue. The next morning. Come sunrise, you feel better for the night under shelter. As you wake, you hear a sound at the door. The guards. They must be satisfied that you are no threat, as they open the door and shove you and the old man out into the morning sunshine. Our prison. I won't miss you, the old man declares as he strides away. You watch him walk off, and are reminded of your suspicion as to his honesty. So I could check his back, I'll just trust him. But then you shake it away. Harmless old cove, you feel sorry for him more than anything else. Although, should you find that later, checking your pack, something is mysteriously missing, then you will know where it went. You shout after the old man to slow down, but he is some way ahead now, and has reached another junction and turned right. Suppose I could check my items. Doesn't seem like I'm missing anything. Examine. It is the key to the gate of care that you were given by the swing chief. Giant net and worn skin boots. Okay, I don't appear to be missing anything. The junction. At the end of the yard, the road splits. Looking left, you see the guard lined up in rows, running drills. Best not to head that way. To the right, the road leads toward the first buildings of care. Head into care. You follow the road away from the yard, along the bottom of the cliff edge. Look up at the cliff. Care is built on a series of natural steeps. In the past, the river flooded every autumn, drenching the land and keeping it fertile. But since the city was raised and the rivers dammed, the floods have stopped. Now the trees look thin and skeletal, and the soil underfoot is like dust. Suddenly something erupts from the tree line overhead and rolls down the slope just in front of you. It is a body. Let's keep back. You aim back, watching as the body, a black elf by the look of it, dumps and batters its way down the slope to land in a rough heap. So I don't want to search it yet, but let's check it. You go closer to check the corpse. It is pretty clearly dead, though whether it was dead before being thrown down the cliff Inside is impossible to tell. Let's leave it. There's nothing to be done. You are too late to help. After all, you continue along the path. You pass an inn, closed up for the daytime, before reaching a crossroads. You reach a junction where 3 roads begin. There are the outskirts of Care, huts huddled like beggars on either side of the tracks leading uphill into the seaport. Let's pause to look around. It must be clear to everyone around you that you are a stranger in these parts. The city's inhabitants, a multitude of malevolent creatures who would kill for laces of your boots, turn to watch you as they pass. You are sport, a figure to be jostled and robbed, and one who will most likely fall prey to strangers. A strange, elaborate system of traps laid across Care by early settlers to protect themselves from one another. Let's look at the paths. There are more people than you've seen in a long time. You cast an eye across the faces, wondering if you can tell the good, honest souls from thieves and murderers. You see no sign of the old man from the prison. He has scarpered away. Let's see. Can look before I choose. Left is just like a whole row of houses. The center looks like farmlands. And the right is toward the river. So let's look left. To the left, you see a group of scruffy youngsters walking up the road with packs on their backs. Look ahead. Ahead is the main road into the center of Care. Its surface is rutted from cartwheels. Further in the distance, you see fields. This is the route taken by supply wagons to the docks. Look right. To the right, you just catch a glimpse of the old man disappearing into a hut further up the track. The business of this place is confusing, but you will have to simply strike out. You need to track down the city nobles and get the spell lines for the gate that the old man in the jail told you of. Just that moment, a cart rolls down the road from the right, and careens around the corner to take the main track ahead. On its back are several crates. One teeters for a moment and falls near your feet, its lid cracking open. I'll wave for the driver to stop. Tell him that one of his packages fell. You wave for the driver to stop, but they do not see you. The cart rattles away up the road. You notice a purple liquid leaking from the side of the crate. Well, let's see what's inside. Kneeling down in the mud, you prise open the crate with your fingers. Inside is a pile of smashed bottles. Thick purple liquid swirls around, layered with shards of glass. There are perhaps 4 bottles still intact, but you recognize the smell. It's Blimberry, a potion with many healing properties. Oh, that would be so useful. So I could take 4, which will be obvious, take 2, which might not be as obvious, or just leave them. Let's take 2. You take 2 of the balls, wipe them down as best you can on the grass nearby, and put them into your pack. A lucky find indeed. Limberry Deuce will heal you, and will also do for a mill. Okay, let's turn right. You head right, following the old man who stole from you, until you reach the hut. You saw him enter. Did he steal anything? I didn't see him steal anything. It doesn't appear that anything has been stolen, but it's saying that the old man stole something from me. It is the only building on this path that is still standing. Either side are empty plots, once the houses of the farmers who planted the fields to the north. They are now collapsed, and thick with gripweed. It seems that here in the shadow of the city walls, a city wall is not a place people chose to live. So I can follow the old man, but I don't believe he stole anything, so I could wrongly accuse him.
Yeah.
Look ahead, or make a move. Let's look ahead. From somewhere further on comes the falling and rising sound. Oh, I never looked at my book. He totally could have stolen a page from my book. How do I get to the spellbook? Let me just click spellbook. Guessing it will be torn. I don't see anything torn. Okay. From somewhere further on comes a falling and rising sound of a crowd. Some kind of event is taking place. Okay, next time I will make a move and go to the Festival of Thieves. Probably. That doesn't sound like a great idea, but that'll be the next thing I do. So, thank you for watching. If you've been enjoying this, please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Leave a comment about the dice game. It seems kinda neat, although it also is kinda maybe finicky. Random, but it can also be kind of fun because of that. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.